Yeah, let me share some thoughts about the hardest part of building your brand. It is not necessarily the strategies, it's not necessarily the logos, the color palette, the themes, the slogans, and all that. Not necessarily that, especially if you're an entrepreneur trying to build a formidable brand. The hardest part is the daily battles in your mind, the limiting thoughts, yes, that continually tell you that it is cool to just stay eating. You don't need to show up. You just need to be in your own corner, doing your thing in a little way. That thought that tells you that you are not good enough. That thought that tells you that the market is saturated, that you have so many people in this market, therefore you cannot make anything out of it. That thought that tells you that you are just starting out, that it will take you a very long time for you to be successful. That thought that tells you that you don't have enough resources, that the resources that you have is not enough to start. And because of that, you limit yourself. These are the hardest part of building a formidable business. You need to conquer that thought, that limiting beliefs, that limiting mindset. In fact, that mindset that tells you that you need to be eating, you have to do, as far as you're a business person, you have to do everything possible to always be visible before your prospective customers and clients. That is why we have advertising. That is why we have marketing. That is why we have promotion. That is why we have public relations. It is because of the need for you to be visible. Because when you are visible before as many clients as possible, the chances of them buying from you becomes very high. But when you are eating, then the chances of people knowing who you are, knowing your business, becomes very slim. So you can see that the greatest challenge are the personal battles that limit you, not necessarily all the other branding elements, because other brand elements you can always get people to do them for you. So the hardest part of your personal growth or your personal branding is that part that you are supposed to do, that you are not doing, or not doing as well as you should do. So these are the hardest parts. So you have to take notes. Don't just take that limiting thought, limiting mindset, limiting perspective for granted. Don't take them for granted, because they are there to limit you. So you need personal discipline, devotion, dedication, persistency, right? To be able to shift yourself from a limiting perspective to that of abundance, to that of creativity, to that of persuasion, right? It's a daily thing. It is something you need to do day in, day out, especially if you are coming from an environment where you can say that environment is limiting in itself, where you have less encouragement, less support, right? Where you have to do a whole lot of things by yourself. You need to realize that you need to be a forceful person. You need to be the person to push yourself. Else, the limiting environment and circumstances will weigh you down, right? So these are the hardest part of your personal branding, and I thought to share with you so that you take notes. I am Michael Opinion, the brand master. I help people grow their brand from where they are to where they need to be, right? So see you in the next one. Share this video to your friends, to your colleagues, to your family members, and even to your enemies. Yes. See you in the next one.